Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex.
I'm Asa.
I'm Jim.
And we are your astute win counselors to solve any of your daily problems or weekly issues that you need resolution to. So let's get right to it. Our first winner has sent us a problem that seems to be quite interesting. The nail lady, the lady at her nail salon that keeps doing her nails, doesn't seem to be putting strong enough shellac on those nails, and they constantly are chipping. She's wondering whether or not she's trying to get her to come back there and keep putting more coats on in order to get more money, or whether or not she just needs to change the way she lives her lifestyle. Well, Asa, you don't have a sister, but if you did, what would you advise your sister to do in this situation?
Well, I think don't just jump to conclusions and let your suspicions get the best of you. I mean, if your nails need more shellac, then just make a request for an extra coat, or bring it up that in the past there hasn't been enough, and you think it would be good to
Ace, I'm sorry, I got to step in here. I don't think you're dealing with a nail professional. I don't think just words are going to be sufficient to get your point across here. You need to take action, and you need to make sure they know you're serious about this action. And I think the first thing to do is to bring your own extra shellac. Bring a whole pail of it and let her know, like, look, this is what we need to do.
Well, that's not a bad idea, Jim. I would actually go off of Jim's suggestion, but take it a step further and make sure that this problem never happens again. What I would do, I would bring a bunch of diamond powder to the nail salon. And then if she shellacks on diamond powder, which of course is the strongest substance on earth, her nails would never chip again. And then she'll understand that you mean business, toe by toe, nail by nail. And at the end of the day, that's the only way to solve this problem, winner. I'll be honest with you. I think that's the way to go.
Well, as an added bonus, the structural integrity of the nail will be increased by the diamond powder, so they'll grow to infinite length.
Yeah, she could maybe even turn her nails into stilts and be able to walk on all fours like a crab.
Why wouldn't anybody want any? All right, well, winner, you have your suggestions. Alex, is there another issue to solve?
There's another issue to solve. The issue is, again, an issue of morality, it seems like. Is it legitimate or not to offer Botox to homeless people?
Is it legitimate?
Yeah, is that
to
something
offer
that we should
Botox
be doing?
to homeless
giving
people?
Botox to homeless people.
Yeah.
May I ask who did this person say they were?
It's pro bono plastic surgery, I believe.
At the end of, that's good. Yeah, well, it is.
Well,
okay, yeah.
Right, so, Jim, you seem to have a stance on this pretty quick.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think this is a great idea. I think we should totally offer, because I'll be personally speaking for myself. I don't often give money to homeless people that I see on the side of the street.
Right.
Primarily because they're ugly.
Right.
And they look old.
Yeah.
And if they're old, they're going to die soon anyway, so why should I support you? So if you kind of rejuvenate the faces of the homeless people and you make them look younger, I think you're going to increase their earning potential. So I'm all for this, yeah.
It's not a bad idea. What do you think, Ace?
Yeah, that's pretty good advice. Gosh, okay, well, is it legitimate to get, and it's free Botox, that's the qualifier, right?
Yeah, free Botox, which can't be that cheap, actually.
Well, no, I don't think so. I mean,
are you growing it out of your basement, or, this is like a biotoxin that Botox is?
Yeah, and, well, I don't think it is. I think you should charge. I mean, you can't just keep on giving these, handouts, I mean, people gotta learn to take responsibility for themselves, and, if people want Botox, they need to get a job. I mean, and find a means to make that money to get Botox, just like anybody else.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
That's a good point, Ace. I mean, you'd be driving down the price and value of Botox, which then would hurt the Botox injection industry in Beverly Hills and everywhere else in the country. So I would take it to another level. I would say if they want Botox, yes, it's free. However, they're becoming indentured servants, and they have to work it off, which kind of kills two birds with one stone. A, they look pretty, and they can get a higher earning potential. And B, now they're actually working and not sitting on the side of the street asking for money. So at the end of the day, if we give them, let's say, a 5-year indentured servitude for every Botox injection, then we'll have a workforce that's never unemployed.
One thing I would like to just point out here is Botox comes from botulism,
right?
Which is plentiful on spoiled and raw meat,
Oh.
And so we have these people living on the street, digging through dumpsters already. They can collect their own botulism.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I don't think supply is much of a problem in this instance.
Well, then that's a job for them.
That's right.
Yes.
That's a job they should be paid for.
And we could utilize that workforce or unemployed workforce of homeless people to develop a Botox industry here in this country that would then smash everyone else around the world because our prices are so low.
You know, I gotta say, I love it when the three of us can get into a room like this and just bottom line the homeless problem here in America. I think we've solved it.
I think we have.
Yeah.
There should never be any more homelessness. Huh.
Excellent.
Well, okay, guys. Well, thank you, Winter, for that one. You might have just solved the biggest problem that this country has at this point in time. And to solve the rest of your week's problems, we're going to come back to you with a little bit of Horoscope Corner.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
This week, we are looking at Sagittarius, the Archer, and this, as you can see, if you have your star chart handy, you can see that Neptune is moving into Ophiuchus, which is a water sign. So this month, well, this is a month-long horoscope, so this is long-term. Stay away from water at all costs, Sagittarians. You could fall in, you could drown, you could overhydrate, which is a problem this time of year as we're transitioning into summer, but we're not fully at summer. You need to watch your water intake. So just be careful around water.
Thanks for listening to Win on KZKO. Don't forget to interact with the cast by sending your suggestions for each segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, or the Win KZKO blog. See you next week.